What's going on, my boy C4? We are here live at the Nation, man.
What's going on, man?
How you been, bro?
Man, I'm decent, man.
Chilling, man. That's dope, bro. So, man, I just got to the Nation, we're trying to go ahead, let everybody know what's going on over here. So, how's it feel, being, an artist signed under one of the stamped engineers in the game?
Man, it feels amazing. You know what I'm saying? I worked years to get to it, You got a lot of people that just pop overnight and shit and think it's substantial, but, we work years to get here, you know what I'm saying? Just watching it and learning from the best, from Track, and other artists like Project Pat, Juicy J, and Wiz and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Just watching them and studying and everything, taking our time to get to the point. So, yeah, man, I feel amazing.
That's good, man. So about that hard work, so how much work do you feel like somebody has to put in to get into the situation and get in, to be here? You know what I'm saying?
And the thing about it, it's all about your end goal.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to put in the work. First you got to study the craft, and you can't be whack.
Yeah.
So you gotta practice your craft to get anywhere you're trying to get to, and then you got to build the relationships at the same time, with your videographers, with other artists, with producers. You just gotta, and then you gotta stay down, cause it ain't popping overnight. Some people pop overnight, but again, like I said, it's not gonna be substantial. And then some people seem like they pop overnight, but they've been working for 12 years. So, whole end game is just to, stay down and wait your turn. That's my biggest phrase, wait your turn. So.
Yeah, wait your turn. A lot of people do, like you said, think it's going to happen overnight. Don't understand how much work you got to put in behind the scenes to get where you're trying to go,
Mm-hmm.
Especially the money and the investments and, like you said, the relationships. That's the biggest part in networking. They got to understand you got to get out there, people to understand who you are, you know what I'm saying? So you've been saying you put in a whole lot of time. So how long you think you've been in this game doing the music stuff?
I've been in the game about to be 27. I've been in the game since I was 12.
12.
Engineering from there, making beats from there. From the likes of my cousin Slim Duncan, Flocka and Gucci and all them, and Thug when they were first popping out. Then from there to Pee Wee, Trouble, and then, but that's when I was young and everything, and then get to engineering until after college, until after I quit college, had the opportunity to be on tour. My guy Colin Jabray, person that made Crank That Batman,
Mm-hmm.
and then he came back, revamped it, and turned to R&B artist. Then from there, after watching all these artists sink, folks get a play and they win with it. A lot of folks from here they fail with it. So watching them and everything, after a while you get to saying, hey, you get to practicing, hopping in the booth, coming up with your own songs. After a while you might get one that's decent. And after a while you're like, hey man, I can do it myself.
Mm-hmm.
I know, 80% of it, 70% of it, you know what I'm saying? So we can do this ourselves and get to working. So yeah, man, and past 2 years just being a solid artist, but taking my time, building, working on videos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. So, but it's been a great journey though.
No,
It's been a great journey.
For sure. So right now, since you're doing more your solid artist thing, do you really still take any kind of engineering jobs here or there, or you just focused on your brand right now?
I'm focused on the brand, but I only rock if I do it. It's for a person that was there before. You know what I'm saying? Before all this, before any of that. Even back when I was just C4. You know what I'm saying? And we was getting $10 an hour on a session. Stuck.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
So you was doing them type of sessions and working a regular job.
Man, we wouldn't even work. At that point, I didn't have a wife. I didn't have a girlfriend. I was fresh out of school, dropped out, and was like, man, I'm going to get it.
Mm-hmm.
Staying at the studio all night, selling beats and recording at the same time just to get it. So, like I said, you had to stay down and wait your turn.
Yep.
Until you get to that next spot. And what led from there is led to major studio art in downtown, and that's what really brought us to different artists, mainstream artists, because that's at that time that's where all the mainstream artists from Memphis went to, and from out of town come to do their features with any Memphis artist. So yeah, man, it's a blessing.
So how does it feel to be on one of the biggest like music scenes in the world, really? You know, Memphis has like a distinct sound where everybody does come to get, you know, from A-Ball, MJG, like you said, Juicy J, you know, like a lot of the greats came out of the city. So how does it feel to be producing music from a city known for that much, you know, credibility in the music game?
It feels amazing and solid. You know, we got a lot of history here. But at the same time, you can't let that get to your head. You know, just because you like I said earlier, just because you pop one song, you can't let that get to your head. Just because you produce this person with one beat, that don't mean you have a track record.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That don't mean you gotta have a catalog. And at the same time, you can't be cocky and be like, I'm this person, and shit, that it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, your intro is what gets you in the door. And I'm not talking about a beat. I'm talking about your intro, meeting people. It's what gets you in the door. So, and it's all about that, really. You know, people be thinking like your resume makes you. It's your personality. Your resume and your personality makes you, rather than your rap sheet. So, yeah, that's what matters.
So do you think being from Memphis is kind of like it's harder for you to get that recognition because it's so many people out here trying to get into that lane? Or do you feel like just because of, you know, you're a different artist, you can stand out, you know, which I feel like every party should be able to say, like, every artist has their own particular style that makes them stand out.
I mean, every artist can do whatever they want to do, but at the end of the day, to me, 80% of Memphis artists sound the same. It's just me being blunt. Me being my own lane, I being able to kick it with like Don Trip and stuff made me really humble myself. Okay. Because you gotta think about Don Trip wears nothing but Nike sweats and J's in the video. Period. He's not
fresh at all. He just be chilling.
It doesn't matter to him. Yeah. He could if he wanted to.
He be chilling.
But what matters to him is him closing on a home for him and his family. Him getting his being able to, if his wife get flat tires, he be able to change. That's what matters. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a bigger picture for artists to look at. Like I was just telling, Pat was just telling me other day, like a couple months ago, was like, man, when you sign, man, people be thinking like the chain matters. And I was telling her, like, man, I don't even want the chain. Help me get the 20% I got put down on this house. You know what I'm saying? Help me get that. Help me get, you know what I'm saying, my mama in the house. You know, I can, you can take that chain back. Folks be getting changed, but still you see them pull up in a 22,000 Nissan bent up. You know what I'm saying? And they think the image on the gram, then none of that is lucrative. Images on the gram and stuff, trying to be hard, tough dude, you know what I'm saying, playing the image as an artist, none of that is lucrative, man. Man, at the end of the day, can you go to the label with a back end? Can you pull up your distro and go to the label and swipe down and see, you know what I'm saying, what's the total for the year? Oh, you got that chain, bro, and bought you the chain. Yeah, that's cool, but what's the total for the year? Well, how you character, how you know what I'm saying, how you carry yourself. That's what matters.
And a lot of them be getting trapped in them like BS deals off of that chain just because they see like they finally getting a little opportunity. They just so eager to take whatever they get and they not even paying attention to what they signing.
Man, I got partners that sign $50,000 deals. Got a $50,000 chain on. And still staying in their uncle's house. You know what I'm saying? Like, then you gotta realize you gotta pay that shit back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, best thing a person got going, they starting out as an artist, you know what I'm saying? Hustle, stack that shit up. Then get in there, get these songs did, stack them songs up, get the videos did, stack the videos up. Then once you got like at least 2 albums worth, then start rolling out. so you can stay consistent, because consistency is key. You know what I'm saying? You might not get 1,000 views your first hit. I didn't get 1,000 views my first hit. You know what I'm saying? But me being consistent, I'm up to like 25,000 views and shit. I'm up to 100,000 streams, whatever, per project, whatever. And that might not mean much, but at the end of the day, when the catalog hit, you know what I'm saying, just like the Russ effect. Russ had 11 projects out. When he popped, he had 14. But you got 14 projects, and all of it's lucrative. Right. So it's about his real life. So of course the money gonna come. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna have to chase the money, and the money gonna come. But it's just, you know, keeping your character intact in the process of doing all this. Because people be selling like, you got folks saying they sell their souls and shit. That shit real.
Man.
That shit real. Not in exact terms, but folks be selling their souls. They be selling their lives just to get on, just to look on, and put it that way.
Man. Yeah. It's crazy because it's like the image right now, like everybody's just trying to do kind of like what the next artist is doing. And it's kind of like it's not really too much of an individuality in the game anymore. Like you were saying, like kind of like all the Memphis artists kind of have the same sound. Like they're all kind of rapping the same. Same thing you go like when you go to Chicago, same drill artists. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's all got the same thing. So now it's like everybody's trying to find like that new thing. Do you think like we're getting any closer to finding that new sound and not knowing where it's going to come from? You know, we don't know because Detroit just, you know, took over. Like last 2020, they just came heavy with Sada Baby, Dame, that, like all of them started coming out the gate. So do you feel like we're getting closer to finding a new sound outside of drill music, or do you think like we're going to be here for another like couple of years?
Memphis gonna always be here. That's for sure. Because you wouldn't have Pat Juice wouldn't be having to accept sample shit every fucking week. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna be here. The thing about the sound is that when you got new artists, they got different wave going. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna take longer. You know, that might be 2025 before any of us pop. You know, we don't have the typical boom bap Memphis bass. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what I've been told. I've been told about Pat and Juice. It's like, man, yours gonna take longer. Like, you really gotta wait your turn because you're not sticking to the typical shit. And I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with, and the thing about it, what's gonna be better about it is that by that time I'm gonna be already financially situated. I'm gonna be already shit. So when it comes to a deal, I'm not even gonna be looking for a deal. You know, I got something to, you know what I'm saying, the bargain with. And that's the thing about it. You gotta have something to bargain with. You ain't gotta go searching for money. You know, the whole point is, and I'm gonna give a cheat code real quick. The whole point of it is you don't even need. The goal is not to look for a label, it's to look for the machine. The label ain't the person you look for. You look for the machine. You look for the person that's the PR, the IP person, the person that helps with artist development. That's right there. That does the analytics. The person that does that connects you with Revolt, BET Jams, MTV2, Pluto TV, the TVs and stuff, be it Foot Locker and Foot Action and stuff that be in rotation, they can get you out of. You look for that person. It's only one person. You'd be thinking it's 20,000 people that be a part of. No, it's one person that's just connected with everybody that had a major in college for it and met all these people. And they got hired and became the machine. That's all you need. Once you find that person, that's the person you pay. That's the person you can. If you credit right, you can get a $10,000 loan and give her $5,000 and work that with her, because she gonna help you make it right back. Yeah.
Definitely want to push the.
That's cheat code for y'all. So sorry I gave it up.
That being said, one last question, man.
Yeah.
So what are your next steps, man? Engineering, artist wise, because we see we were watching your videos in the back, man.
Yeah, man.
Definitely cold, man. Definitely got a talented team behind you, pushing you and stuff visually, and your sound is definitely cold. So like, what are your next steps in the game?
Man, and I appreciate it too. I appreciate it. The next steps, like I said, taking my time, having quality music, building that, because I'm not finna just drop just to drop. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have feeling for it. You gotta have something that connect with people. Making more music that you ride to, because my music is not for the clubs. I just accepted it. It's more for you traveling, riding in the car. You had one of them days, you bump. Staying down as always. Continue to build my team. Continue to be solid with my team. And just keep on working till God take me up out of here.
I feel that, man. That's real, man. That's real, man. Definitely, man. I hope this inspires a lot of the upcoming artists, definitely other engineers and everything, because you've been doing this for over 12 years, man. So that's a portfolio. A lot of people, they quit after the first couple of years when they're not seeing no progression coming out of it.
Yeah.
So 12 years, that's an accolade, man. So definitely proud to see that you still up in this lane. That shit ain't discouraging you. You know what I'm saying? You killing it. You know what I'm saying? Visuals hard, bro. Your team putting you. Pushing you, bro. So keep working, bro. Like we folks watching. You know what I'm saying? And you just keep doing your thing, bro. I really appreciate you coming on Real Talk and chopping it up with me and shit, bro.
Man, I appreciate y'all for having me, man.
Anytime, bro. Anytime, bro.